That's Bullet. See? Buddy. Hold on. Hey y'all, it's Michael. So this is gonna be part 3 of the books that I would recommend to my younger self. This is gonna be a little bit different because I wanted to film behind my wall right here because this is a very important part of my booktube channel. I film here a lot in my room against this wall of a whole bunch of anime prints. So that's why I wanted to film against this. I would try something different. Usually I don't film like really late at night. Like right now it's really late at night. So that's why my face is all shiny because of like all the skincare stuff that I just did. So my hair is yours. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I just want to let you know. So this is going to be from 20 to 30 years old. So this is for the past 10 years. I would have to say this is probably one of the hardest, well actually all of it, but this was pretty hard, choosing these 3 books and then some life lessons. And I feel that though, just because like these are basically adulthood years. The first book that I would recommend to myself is A Dog's Purpose by Cameron W. Bruce. Y'all, this is one of my favorite books I've ever read. I love this so much, and because of dogs. I love dogs, okay? And mine is right here, but I know he's annoyed because he probably wants to go to sleep, and I'm filming a video right now. It's about a dog going through various lives, and we follow mainly the protagonists, and we get to see from the dog's point of views. I love dogs. I love books about dogs. I love books that have dogs. I love books that have like even the hint of a dog. I love dogs. So this is gonna be a little bit of a story too with Bullet. Actually, Bullet came into my life personally because all of a sudden my sister just randomly texted me and was like, oh, so we got a dog. And I was like, oh, what? She's like, yeah. She basically went to the vet area or wherever she went and got one from, like, I guess it was the pound or something. I should have probably asked her, but if she remembers. But I just remember coming home and I was like, so we got a dog, I guess. And now I mainly take care of him. He's my little dog, my little Bullet. She came up with the name actually, and I was like, oh, this is such like, it's one of those like, oh, it's a perfect name for him. I just love him so much. He's a pit bull. I know pit bulls get bad reps, but y'all, pit bulls are so loving. I love them so much. They can be a lot at sometimes, but I just love him so much. And he's one of person. Look at me. He's that thing in my life where I can always just go to him whether happy, sad, like moments in my life within, especially these past 10 years from 20 to 30. I just remember when my grandma passed away, like just to that first initial like reaction of someone like being gone. I just went to him and I just went to him and I just was yeah. So it was just yeah. I love him so much and I love this book. It made me cry. Dogs and books make me cry. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I love him. Next one here is a book that I decided, I mean, it's so obvious what my favorite book of the year this year is, but I'm gonna tell you why I would recommend The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas to my younger self during this adulthood. If you use any context clues at all, the reason why I would recommend this, especially these past 10 years to myself, it's because it really, this is one of those books for real, like this year when I was reading it, it reminded me so much of why I love reading. This was the book for me. It really did remind me of that, and it also just reminded me, like, because of my joy of reading, it reminded me my joy of making these videos. They are so much fun. I just loved it. I think it's like one of the best hobbies ever because it, like I mentioned before, it really combines what I love about stories and also just videography and photography. It's so much fun, and I would recommend myself this book because it's fun. It's just fun. It's like, why is reading fun? And you know, this is a book for it. So the last book on here that I would recommend myself to my younger self, I was really debating between 2 essentially. The one was the autobiography of Malcolm X because that book really spoke to me. But the one I chose for this is one of my favorite books, and that's Native Son by Richard Wright. This book was, looking back, I think it really changed the way I view life. And I think this is one of the most powerful books that I've ever read. I can relate so much with Bigger. And okay, wait, wait. Let me explain. And in the way that like I'm not gonna I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna like stuff a white girl in like an oven anytime soon. But yeah, Richard Wright writes so well, and he develops Bigger as a character that I just was so rooting for this character that I knew did awful things. Like he does awful things. And it's not like one, it's like multiple. It's like it just keeps going. I was like, oh my god. But Wright just portrays this character, and I felt so much empathy for him, for Bigger, and I just wanted him to succeed. And it also is this point of view of like, it really made me stop and think of not only of myself but of others, and just how people are living their lives. It's like how my life is so different. All of these privileges and all of these blessings that I have is it's so different from what other people are experiencing within their lives. I just love this book. I really do. I love it so much. I would highly recommend it, not even for my younger self. I would recommend it to y'all. I mean, if you have never read this book, I mean, all of these books actually, I would recommend this. I love this book with a passion, and I would recommend it myself because it's just one of those books that is, everything about it just comes together so well. Not only character writing, the layers that this book has, the deepness that it has, it's just the power that it has. Is all right. So for this final part, I have 2 points. The first one is, Michael, the last 10 years I told you to be more kind. For this one, I want you to be less kind. I don't know how to say this like really nicely, but I would tell myself to be more weary of showing your kindness to people and how people will take advantage of that. That is one thing I always tell myself, is to be more kind, be more empathetic, show more sympathy. But also at the same time, it's like, know that people can take advantage of that. Be more meaningful. Meaningful is probably the better word that I would have to say. First, the last one that I have on here, and I think it's like the most important thing I would tell myself these past 10 years for sure, is I want you to live your life. I want you to enjoy your life. And I say this because I felt as though these past 10 years, I really came to the realization that life is really short. And I don't know if it's because of like several deaths within people that I knew, like my family or like even classmates, like just passing away. I think it was just a really introspective look. Like I should live in the moment, enjoy life more. And I don't know. I when I wrote this down, I was just like, live life, and I put death on here. But I think that would be the one thing, especially within the 10 years, especially like 21, 22, like really live your life and enjoy it more. There were moments looking back now that I wish I savored more. And also, I just also realized this, that when I was looking for like pictures and videos of this, first off, this is when I really started realizing that I don't really enjoy taking pictures of me a lot. Like I don't have a lot, I don't know what it was, but I always enjoy taking pictures of more people. Like I have more pictures of my sister and my niece than of me. So, but I don't know if that's like a photographer thing, but I'm not self-conscious. I just don't want to take photos of me. I'd rather take pictures of my family. And also some of the videos that I have were like way back when, and I was looking at them and I was like, well, it was reminiscing, but also it was like, I don't think I should show this because reasons. Past 10 years, I would have what the kids would call now a glow up. Well, for me personally, I don't know. Looking back, I looked really different. I feel like I look the same, but I look different. I think it's more of like the way I carry myself than anything else now. Those things where you gain more confidence, you're more assured of who you really are. So I think it was really great. Those are the books and life lessons that I would tell myself between ages of 21 to 30. So yes, tomorrow I'll do looking into the future. So yes, until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.